Boys and girls, it has been a long time coming, but Leamington FC are finally in the Premier League. We've just spent a gazillion pounds in the transfer window, and now's the time to find out if we're good enough for the Premier League. Leamington are in the Premier League, did I say? Yesterday's transfer window, spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. Obviously, in yesterday's stream, we got promoted and then we spent an absolute ton of money. Specifically, signing number one, Tom Wooster is home. Tom Wooster is a Leamington player again. He's also got a year of Premier League football under his belt as well, so he is ready and raring to go. In addition to the return of Tom Wooster, we also signed some Brazilians, a bunch of Premier League experience. We got Chris Sparks, Ed Webb, Connor Weaver, Josh Cooper, all on permanent deals, players who've previously been on loan with us. We picked up the odd promising youngster, including this guy. It looks like he's going to be an absolute world beater. All in all, things are looking very, very good for Leamington. What we don't know is if this is a good side for the Premier League. This is a team that would absolutely walk the Championship. If we do get relegated, we're coming straight back up with no problem at all. The saving grace that we identified on yesterday's stream is that we are lucky enough to be in a Premier League that also contains Portsmouth, Leeds, Brighton and Blackburn. So we don't have to be really good to stay up. We just have to be better than three of Portsmouth, Leeds, Brighton and Blackburn. And I think that's doable. For sure, that is doable. So we just need to hustle through to the first day of the new season when we face Newcastle and hopefully pick up a win. Look at that for a new look team. Goodness me. That doesn't look a lot like the team that got promoted. We've got a lot of new boys in there. So Tom Wooster returning in goal, but behind a very unfamiliar defence. The only one he knows is Weaver, who is now a permanent Leamington player and club captain now. After being here for 3 years on loan. Club captain, what a hero. Veracci is going to start at left back. New boy Luca Dolman, who's going to be a wonder kid. I guarantee he'll be a wonder kid. Starting alongside name in the game loanee Devon Creel, who's 6'4", and you can't teach that. I'm introducing you to players as I introduce the team. Nawar and Jarvis were obviously here last year. Larios is one of the new boys. He came in from Tottenham. He is Brazilian, which means he's great. He's got 4 years of Premier League experience. I mean, he was never a regular starter for Spurs in the Premier League, but he's played like 50-plus Premier League games for Spurs in recent years, which I think means he's fine to come in and start for us. And then another Brazilian new boy, Wellington, former Brazilian under-20 international. He's going to be our attacking midfielder. And then we all know about Kadrich and Webb up front. Murtha is injured. That's why he's not involved today. Or else obviously he would be. Right, come on, let's do a football. It's only Newcastle, for goodness sake. We should be able to beat them, which is why she was at the hospital this morning and she's at the hospital again later today. Apparently her back, all her joints are 40% more deteriorated than they should be at her age. So, yeah, I want to get some devil's lettuce into her. I need to know how you do that. I'm so naive. I'm such a square. I've never been to Amsterdam and I don't know how to go about it. It might help her. And if it does, we'll just move there. If you're not going to win your first game against weak opposition, it's going to be a long, hard season because we've still got that newly promoted feel-good factor around the place. These are the games you're supposed to win when you get promoted to the Premier League. You know you're going to lose every game after Christmas, but you're supposed to win the first few. You're not supposed to get absolutely battered, go down 10 men and just have it all go wrong. Come on, chaps. Let's just have a consolation goal now. Oh, for goodness sake, a penalty as well. Possible penalty, not a penalty. This is our first game at the new stadium, by the way. And we need a new scoreboard. Oh no, it's a penalty. Not a penalty. We still haven't renamed the stadium either. We need to get on that. Squad looks like it needs more investment in midfield. I mean, I spent £20 million on midfielders. Oh, good. Our new £13 million striker is already on a 5-hour goal drought. That always feels good. And now we play Chelsea away. Oh, that Portsmouth. That month is looking very, very important Portsmouth, Watford, Blackburn, Southampton. We need, I'm going to say we need 8 points by the end of September or we're going down. At least Creel's on loan from Chelsea, so he's suspended for a game that he wouldn't have been able to play in anyway. I wonder if they insist on a suspension for another game because of it. Because he wouldn't have been able to play against his parent club anyway. What I haven't done is looked at the set pieces for this season, so I should probably fiddle with that at some point. Oh, I don't think Tom Wooster's good enough for the Premier League. This might be why Middlesbrough got relegated the one season he played at this level. Second coming. Cumming's still on the bench. It's fine. I've just got to keep reminding myself this is what this season's going to be like. It's Chelsea away. We're obviously supposed to lose. Waiting for you all to start with the Kev, the diamond doesn't work anymore. What, the diamond that took us from the National League North to the Premier League doesn't work anymore, miraculously. No. What the actual situation is our players aren't good enough for the Premier League. They're not going to be this season. We might stay up if there's 3 teams worse than us. But most of the time, this is what it's going to be. And it's going to be like this for a year or two until we start getting some better players. This is why we need to focus on the likes of Dolman, who's either going to end up great for us or sold on a massive profit so we can buy more players. This is why we had to focus on that kind of player. There you go. We're going to get a goal here. A football goal in the Premier League. Pablo Larios, the first ever Leamington goal scorer in the Premier League. We've scored against Chelsea. It's all uphill from here. Yeah, 1-0. I mean, it was a 1-0 win in the second half. Wooster's great, isn't he? Remember all those legendary performances? Remember how he single-handedly dragged us out of non-league? It's not the same in the Premier League, is it? Oh, dear me. That's not a terrible result, actually. I don't mind that too much. We said when we brought him in that we were only bringing him in for 1 season. It was a 1-season nostalgia signing. I guess if we get relegated, he'll stay for 2 seasons. But, yeah. He won't be playing a 2nd season for us in the Premier League, I don't think. Bless him. At least he got to play for us in the Premier League. He got a clean sheet in the second half. I mean, through no fault of his own. Right, this is a big game now. Sheffield Wednesday in the EFL Cup. We need a win, a confidence-boosting win to take into this Portsmouth game, which is a huge must-win game. Portsmouth are the only team in this division we finished above last year. So we have to win it. If we don't beat Portsmouth, ring the panic bell. I've heard as a 7 TV emote for big brain. I don't know what any of that means. I'm not seeing an emote. I'm 39 years old. We can't be doing emotes and expecting me to know what they mean. It's too dangerous. Oh, see, we're fine now. We're going to win the league. Champions League next season. I'm confused. Is running multiple playmakers always a bad idea? According to Miles, it is. Some of this will have you believe otherwise, but the man himself told me to my face, never do 2 playmakers. Did a video if you want to see him say it. 2 playmakers, bad idea. So if that's what Miles says, that's what I do. Now this little way in with, well, if you have different playmakers in different lines of the blah, 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 blah. No, Miles says no. Figure out decide how you want to play, whether you want to do a gegenpress or a tiki-taka or some counter-attacking, and just pick a 3-5-2 that fits that system. I can't believe we're not winning this game. This is a disaster. This is season ending right here. Oh, I'm going to bed. At least Murtha's injured again. Wooster's going to get the chance to redeem himself in a penalty shootout, which is nice. Come on, Wooster. Oh, it's coming. Why the hell is coming in goal? Because it's the cup. So no Wooster redeeming himself. It's a 3-4-3 defence or attacking. That's not a question. I think you mean defensive or attacking. And it can be either, can't it? Depends how you set it up. But the official LOLLUJO party line is 3 defenders, cowards. You only need 2 defenders. So anything with 3 defenders in, by definition, is a flat back 6. You only need 2 defenders. 2 defenders, 2 wingers, and then midfielders and attackers ahead of them. That's all you need. My theory about penalty shootouts is correct. I should win. Yeah, but the other thing the theory has to take into account is, are Sheffield Wednesday in form? Because we're not. So, and also, reputation-wise, they might still be a bigger club than us. Just because we're in the Premier League doesn't mean we're the higher reputation club. They're still Sheffield Wednesday, after all. Come on, Cumming. Get ready with the We Love Cumming chants. We didn't think we'd get to do these anymore. If he makes the save here... No, rubbish. Rubbish. Well, we're not winning this cup then, are we? There you go. We're paying half the amount of salary as the next highest team, Brighton. We're going to ignore the fact Portsmouth are spending slightly less. We've got to beat Portsmouth. This is an absolute must win. I mean, I know he's a few years older in this universe, but Guzman was a 5th choice centre-back in that Peterborough team, albeit he was 3 or 4 years younger. He never got anywhere near the bench, whereas he's a starter for us. So that's my way of comparison. Oh, come on. The ball's in the penalty area. We can score a goal if the ball's in the penalty area. I know about football goals. I remember them. Come on. Come on. We're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. Oh, that's a good goal. This guy's got a lot of surnames as well. We've spent a lot on players who are going to be good, but aren't necessarily there yet, because it's the right thing to do. And Webby, our most expensive signing in history, grabs his first goal in the Premier League. There you go. We have won a Premier League game. A must-win Premier League game. So this is important. 8 points by the end of September is still the target. See, we're going to run into some of my boys from other universe, from Earth 1. Ocampos was my posh goalkeeper. Janusek played for Norwich for us. It's so sad we're going to run into my boys throughout this season to miss the Champions League final. But then I think when they moved it, they probably hadn't realised or hadn't taken into account that was the long bank holiday weekend and lots of people wouldn't be available because, you know, bank holiday weekend don't necessarily want to spend the whole time streaming. If Zealand's gone gallivanting to France, that rules him out as well, doesn't it? So that's then 2 of us not in it. I'm sure there's plenty more. Come on, boys, let's have an equaliser. A winner, not an equaliser. Kadrich! Oh, it's lovely having a big lump of man in the team. Kadrich made for the Premier League, it seems. Oh, Murtha's in as well. I think that was being disallowed. The referee's fingering himself, so I think that one's probably getting ruled out. Oh, we're going to win again. Back-to-back Premier League wins. Here we come. If we can expand the ground yet, now they've seen it fill every match we've played this season. Oh, Murtha's in again. Oh, it's easy. Oh, oh, Tommy, you're better than that. We know you're better than that. This is like, I mean, we've got to remember, history teaches us that Tom Wooster, for the first year after signing for us, is rubbish. We need Frenchie to force him out of the team for half a season so he comes back stronger. Surely we don't have to go through that whole process again. Where's Frenchie? Get him on the phone. I don't know at what point I ask how many sellouts in a row before we ask. We don't know if there's expansion capacity because there's no way of knowing. I like the fact you were ranting about it out loud so another human being in your vicinity could hear you. I think Murphy's offside there. Has that been given? I mean, it looked offside, but I think it's been given. We've done the good old Route 1 big man, little man. Wooster lumps it up to Kadrich, nods it down to Murtha. Boom. We have a goal. Kick of the game for an equaliser. That'll do. Oh, surely! Oh, that's such a big miss. After I just said nice things about him as when he had all the time in the world. I don't know why he's the one in that position. He had so long to pick his spot and didn't even force a save out of the keeper. Wellington! There he is! Oh, Beefy grabs an equaliser. Beautiful. Right, just need a point against Southampton and we are on course. I'm not sure what our next batch of 6 games is. I like to batch them into 6s. This is what Fergie did, Posh, when he was doing well. Grouped us into matches of 6 and set targets. See, that's a much more difficult group of 6. With Man United and West Ham away, Tottenham, Leicester. I'd be happy with, I mean, even the weaker teams are away games. I'd be happy with probably 4 points from that group of 6. Meaning if we get to 8 here, what would that be? 12 points after 12 games? Kev ratio? Yeah, I'd be happy. End of November, if we're sat there on 12 points, I'll be happy. Did he play again? I mean, he's actually England goalkeeper. They're not just playing him for a bit of fun. He started both games. Tamang scores a lot of goals, doesn't he? 82 England goals for Tamang. Worcester's got 2 England clean sheets. But this is a game we don't expect to get anything out of. You don't budget for any points against Manchester United as a newly promoted team, so it doesn't really matter what the score is. If we get a result, yay for us. If not, who cares? It's not going to have any impact on how our season turns out. Oh, dear me. Oh, dear me. Worcester's just stationary. Back on Earth 1. Losing 2-0 against Manchester United with that many first-team players out. I can cope with that. Right, now I think we play the other Ham. So we played Fulham, now it's West Ham. So we still only need... We're looking for 2 points from the next 4 games to be on schedule. We said 12 points by the end of November. So if we can grab a point away against West Ham and a point away against Leicester, or a point at home against Wolves or something, we're well on track. Oh, reapply. Yes, please reapply. How's he getting on? We've already done the weather. Oh, he's not played at all for Galatasaray. The chances of him getting a work permit are probably fairly slim. What? What? So he didn't get a work permit in the summer. Talking of Jack, he needs this sending for his network game nonsense with Luca. He's didn't get a work permit in the summer, so we sent him out on loan to Galatasaray, where he's not played a single minute of football, but now gets a work permit. Well, we'll be recalling him in January then and seeing if he's any good. Absolutely bonkers. I don't understand. Why Molina was a centre-back. There Molina's a centre-back, isn't he? Yeah, they're playing him at centre-back. That's why I questioned it. Didn't I have their AML, left winger as we call it in the trade, shoulder up? No, I think I had him. Did I have him at Real Madrid? Maybe I did. I've certainly had the younger version of him somewhere at some point. Yeah, I think I might have had old man shoulder up at Real Madrid and binned him off. He was on stupid money, wasn't he? Like £375,000 a week or something as a reserve. I remember now. How good is a standing desk? Very good. Got my own desk after I started working from home, and I really like the idea of a sit-down desk. Can't work out how to make it, but is it worth it? It's definitely worth it. It helps with achy backs, achy legs, just general posture issues. Plus, oh, what a goal from Wellington. Good old Beefy. Don't be disallowing that, referee. There's nothing to disallow there. Plus, I've got a walking treadmill. Good work, Beefy. I'm 6'3" and think you're big boys. Oh, there you go. No, offside, ref. Ref, offside. Offside. Come on now. I think you'll find that's offside, referee. Offside. What? It was very much offside. Hideous. Oh, for goodness sake. Come on, Merthyr. Come on. Come on. We just kind of ran ourselves into a dead end there a little bit. That's where the disadvantage of playing so narrow comes in. But Wellington is in. Beefy. Beefy scores. Oh, lovely stuff. Good old Beefy. Wellington is a good player. I'm enjoying Wellington. Oh, come on. Kick him. Kick him in the legs. Oh, Tommy Wooster. Good to have him back. Oh, Cadridge is brilliant. His little, for someone so big, his little first touch. Oh, Tommy! Oh, Tommy! What are you... How have they missed that? Wow. Leicester are going down. If they can't score from there, my word.